In a historic decision made by the UK, it has decided to return the Chagos archipelago back to Mauritius, but with a catch. Hello and welcome to Drishti IS. My name is Saloni Nankyolier, and today we will understand the implications of this decision from a geopolitical angle, and also we'll try to look at what has India's stand been on this matter. So this is an important topic for international relations GS paper 2, and we'll try and look at all the aspects covered in the news. So this decision has come in after decades long of colonial dispute, where finally the United Kingdom has decided to return the Chagos archipelago to Mauritius. But there is a caveat, and the caveat is that the largest island, which is Diego Garcia, is still going to be under US's control. So US, it has a military base in Diego Garcia, and it's still going to be there for 99 more years. But other than that, other than Diego Garcia, all the other islands, the complete archipelago has now been returned to Mauritius. And this historic agreement, it ends a decade-long colonial dispute, which started somewhere around in 1960s. Ever since then, there has been a dispute on the ownership of these islands, which has now finally been resolved after this agreement between UK and Mauritius. Now, before we understand what are the implications of the decision, we first need to know why is this island so important? Why everybody in the world is concerned about it, like all the major powers, global powers are concerned about it. For that, we need to look at the geographical perspective of this. Geographically, if you look at the Chagos archipelago, it is located in the central Indian Ocean. It's located in the central Indian Ocean. Mauritius is somewhere here, so it's close to, it's like 2200 kilometers northeast of Mauritius. And if you just look at the strategic location of this island, it is so close to Africa, Middle East, Asia, Southeast Asia. So this has a very strategic location. It is located at a place that is close to major shipping ports also. It is located at a place which is very close to all the major shipping routes of the world. It is close to Malacca Strait because US has a shipping base, US has a military base in Diego Garcia. US has been able to send its operations, its military operations to West Asia, Middle East, to Africa, Horn of Africa, Southeast Asia, everywhere. So this place is it's geographically very important, and that is the reason if any change in the sovereignty of the islands, any change in the sovereignty of the islands is kind of directly related to all the major global powers. So right now, so this is a group of 60 small islands, and if you look at the map of Chagos archipelago, it's a group of 60 plus small islands, and Diego Garcia is the largest of them all. Now, UPSC has this tendency of asking map-based questions, location-based questions. So, Diego Garcia is a lot in news. There might be a statement where you're asked about the direction or the location of this island. So, this island is located somewhere south in the southern side of Chagos archipelago. And not just this island is a lot in news, but there are some more islands that you should be aware of, like the Egmont Island, Danger Island, Eagle Islands, Solomon Islands. This is Solomon Islands and not Solomon Islands. So there could be a wordplay in the prelim statement as well. Solomon Islands is located in Pacific Ocean. This is Solomon Islands, which is located in the Chagos archipelago. And where is Chagos archipelago? It is in the Indian Ocean. So this place holds a very important geographical position. That is the reason everybody is so concerned with the dispute of ownership and sovereignty in the region. And historically, what is the catch and why has this been such a decade-long colonial dispute? Because what happened that historically the Chagos archipelago, they were first a French colony. So French were the first to colonize this in the 1700s. And after the fall of Napoleon, the ownership shifted to British. So after from a French colony, this became a British colony. Now, what the British did, so it was decided that Mauritius is going to gain independence in 1968. And before that, in 1965, British did something very interesting. So they separated Chagos from Mauritius, and then they created something known as the British Indian Ocean Territory, or BIOT. And they leased this island, they leased Diego Garcia to US for military base. Now, what was the reason for doing this? One could be that if Chagos was not separated from Mauritius and Mauritius gained independence from the British rule, then it was upon Mauritius to decide what was to be done with that island. UK would have lost all forms of ownership, all forms of control and sovereignty after decolonization. So, in a very strategic move, in a very clever move, they separated Chagos from Mauritius before Mauritius gained independence from the colonial rule of British, and then they leased the biggest island, which is Diego Garcia. They leased it to US for military control and for a military base to be created. And they forced an eviction of 1,500 plus local people, the local Chagosians, because there were people living in that island, and a military base had to be created. Naturally, when a military base is created, people can no longer stay there. So all these people, they were evicted from their homeland, from their mainland, and they were forced to stay in Mauritius. So a kind of ethnic cleansing happened here, where a lot of people, some 1,500 plus locals, were forcefully evicted and they were displaced to Mauritius. So this has been the historical background. The dispute is very deep rooted. There is an ethnic dispute. There are human right violations. There's also a caveat that before a country could have gained independence, was the separation of Chagos Island from Mauritius actually lawful? Because Mauritius had not gained independence, so was this separation even lawful? This is what the debate is all about. So there has been a legal dispute of ownership, and Mauritius in 2019 it went to the International Court of Justice, where the ICJ ruled that the possession of Chagos Island, or the UK possession of Chagos Island, it was unlawful, it was illegal, and UK must return Chagos Island back to Mauritius with immediate effect. However, that did not happen. But that was the ruling that came out by ICJ. Other than ICJ, even a voting also took place in the United Nations General Assembly, where all the countries, they voted whether Chagos Island should remain with the UK or should be returned to Mauritius. And Mauritius won with an overwhelming majority. Like almost every country was in the favor of Mauritius, and every country wanted that Mauritius should gain access or should gain control of the Chagos archipelago, including India. So India was also one of those countries who voted in the favor of Mauritius. So it was said that Mauritius has the rightful sovereignty since independence. So this has been the legal dispute where Mauritius has been claiming its sovereignty, but UK was not ready to let go of that island for so many decades. But finally, there had been talks of a UK-Mauritius deal. Why? Because UK was facing such global pressure, ethical pressure, moral pressure, that this possession is unlawful, and the islands rightfully they belong to Mauritius, so they should be returned immediately. Because there was so much of global pressure, that is the reason that finally a deal could have been struck between UK and Mauritius. But there have been some terms and conditions of the deal, that UK has transferred the sovereignty to Mauritius of the Chagos Islands, but the catch is that Diego Garcia still remains to be an important US military base for 99 years. So now it's a trilateral agreement kind of a thing, where UK, Mauritius, and US, you have three players in this area. So Diego Garcia will still continue to act as a military base for US for the next 99 years. Other than that, the remaining part of the archipelago now just belongs to Mauritius. And now maritime security and cooperation will continue to remain between UK, US, and Mauritius. These are some terms and conditions of the deal that has been struck now. And what has been India's stand so far? So India has always stood against colonization, and that is the reason we have always been in favor of Mauritius. We have always asserted that Mauritius has the rightful rights over Chagos Islands, and they should be returned to Mauritius. Also, geopolitically, China has been growing its importance or presence in the Indian Ocean region. We know that with the Belt and Road Initiative of China, China built Gwadar port for Pakistan. Then China also has access to the Hambantota port of Sri Lanka. So China left, right, center is trying to build its presence in the Indian Ocean region. So it is very important for India also to start doing that, because of the dynamic relations we have with China in the past also, and even in present. We also need to build our importance, our presence in the Indian Ocean region. So Mauritius being a very important player here, we need to be mindful of our ties with Mauritius. And that could also be one of the reasons that we've always been in favor of Mauritius's control on the Chagos archipelago. And this is a potential opportunity for Indo-Mauritian naval cooperation. What is the geopolitical importance? We've already seen that it is a strategic location. It is located in the central Indian Ocean region. It is very close to the major shipping routes. It is close to the Malacca Strait. And because US has a military base in Diego Garcia, it has been able to send its military operations to West Asia, to Middle East, to Africa, to South Asia, because of the strategic presence that it has in the region, in the Indian Ocean region. So it is key for surveillance, logistics, and power projection. And what's the way forward? It is definitely like the deal, the UK Mauritius deal, and the transfer of ownership is definitely a step in the right direction. But we also need to be mindful about the rights of the people who were displaced here. The ethnic cleansing that happened. These people are also demanding something. And what is that? It is the right of return. So if you think of it from a humanitarian angle, these people were forced to go away from their homeland and build a new home somewhere else. They were forcefully evicted. So that is the reason that these people are also demanding a right of return. But this deal, or there have been no talks about this in the deal, whether these people will be moved back to original archipelagos, or what is going to happen. This has not been made clear in the deal. But this is also something to look for, to look at in the way forward, and strengthen the Indian Ocean regional cooperation, because we also need to be mindful of our neighbors growing their presence in the Indian Ocean region. So we also need to build better ties with all the other countries in the Indian Ocean region and have better maritime cooperation. It aligns well with our Sagarmala project, with the Sagar vision that we have, India has. So we also need to be deepening our ties in the Indian Ocean region and the maritime security. That is all for today's video. Let us quickly summarize what we learned so far. The Chagos Island, they were separated from Mauritius by the UK before its independence. Mauritius got independence in 1968, but in a strategic move, Chagos Island were separated from Mauritius in 1965 itself. So this is something that UK did, but UK leased the largest island of Diego Garcia to US for a military base to be built. And the International Court of Justice ruled that Mauritius rightfully has the rights over Chagos Archipelago, and they should be returned to Mauritius. However, that could not be happened at that time. But finally now, the US has agreed to transfer the ownership of these islands back to Mauritius. Only Diego Garcia is still going to remain with the US. This happened because there was a lot of global pressure, moral and ethical pressure from across the world. India has always supported Mauritius throughout the legal and diplomatic process. And this issue reflects how colonial legacies still affect global geopolitics. That's all for today's video. Now I want you to practice 2 questions, one for prelims and one for mains. Please take a look at this question on screen. It's with reference to the Chagos Archipelago. There are 3 statements. Provide your answers in the comment section below, and also attempt a mains question in 250 words for your own practice. So until we meet the next time, please keep studying and keep revising.
For more informative content, like, share and subscribe, and do not forget to press the bell icon to get the notifications.